minutes, and then they've got the regular 20. But Donna's not wasting any time here.
Yeah, that's a great point. With the 10 extra minutes, I really feel like the perception would be, oh, you have 10 extra minutes added onto the end to use and to hone your piece. But I think that these artists really use it more to their advantage in the beginning, in the way that they're planning and working out the different stages of the scaffolding of their work.
Yeah, I think that is definitely the way they use the extra time at the beginning rather than the end. We can see Jessie has a reference in her hand. I cannot see what it is, but she's very carefully going about her outline here.
And these canvas are so tall as well. That's kind of the added challenge, is you're taking on such a large canvas and having to really reach and stretch your body just to get to all of it even.
Yeah, well, I mean, the easels are adjustable. You could lower it down if you wanted to, or you can center your piece sort of in the lower half. Here we are with Leaf, and he has sketched in what he is working on, but so far with his unclear with his brush strokes yet. It hasn't sort of evolved.
I'm wondering if we're going to get another one of these hats.
Oh yeah, it could be hat night.
Could be hat night, and it's almost ends up looking like a halo, kind of like a Byzantine effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely, and interesting here. We're going to use, just like the other artists do, Leaf's using different sizes of brushes for different portions of the painting. He's using a very big brush now to get the overall coverage, and you'll see him just go smaller and smaller in the sizes he uses as he brings out the details of the painting.
Yeah, that's such a great pointing out of his technique, that he goes larger and then hones in those details. Sometimes we see artists going from the opposite space. Okay, and Cameron, we're getting our contrasting marks in here now.
Cameron has taken a long time with his sketch. It's something you definitely could not do in just the 20 minutes. So
yeah,
he's definitely, I know that he, between the state finals and the national championships, he has been practicing. And he's definitely been practicing at both the 20 and the 30-minute time differences in order to get this piece. And what we have here is two faces close in sort of in almost a kiss. Quite striking, and he is now with a Sharpie going over his sort of his pen lines there. Still a very long way for him to go. He's going to have to use every second of this very wisely.
Yeah, absolutely. And Donis here has just got so much done in 6.5 minutes, has completely established all of the major components of his figure already.
Yeah, and here's a question for you, Morgan. What color is he going to do his background?
Ooh, I want lilac. That's what I want.
Oh yeah, that sounds nice. I think he's gonna go with the same color he did in the first round.
Oh, with the green.
With that green, I think he's gonna make a companion piece to his first, but we'll have to see.
That's a smart strategy in terms of the auction, I find. Buyers will buy your first round piece, and then if the second round piece kind of vibes with it, they're like, well, I gotta have that one too.
Very crafty.
And taking that opportunity to plug our auction. If you're falling in love with any of the pieces that you've seen tonight, not just the ones in the final round, they are available in silent auction to bid on. You don't have to be in the room. We will ship them to you.
We will ship them to you, and so it is a good opportunity to start or continue a collection. These masterpieces have a story that comes along with them, and that story is that you saw them go from blank canvas to finished piece in a short amount of time in this incredibly tense and pressure-packed national championship situation.
Oh, this, I think that we're getting one of my favorite subjects that I know that Jessie does is buffalo. And the way that she's drawing it in with that, like, teal is really striking.
Yeah, we're going to see that. She did paint a buffalo in the final of the Texas State Championships. So that seems to be her go-to.
So much energy in this piece from Leaf here as well. And I got to point out, it can be, as we see this piece evolve, we'll see more of the planes of the face, but it's so difficult to get that shadow underneath the chin leading down to the neck, and getting that foreshortening of the face, and I know he's going to do it.
Oh, he's going to pull it off for sure. I haven't seen him miss. I've watched him paint 3 times now, and he's always right on the money.
And Leaf is truly an Art Battle OG as well. He's been painting in Art Battle for a really long time.
Yep, he's one of the key figures in the New York scene. So nice to see him making it to the top stage in the country right now.
Oh, I'm so glad we caught that.
I'm so glad we caught that too. Cameron did this same strategy at the Washington State Finals. He got all of his sketch in there, on there with the Sharpies, and then covered his entire canvas with paint.
Wow.
Completely obscuring it, only to bring those lines back out through it again.
Such performance. I think something that can't be underestimated in Art Battle is with the audience. It's not only what is the best piece, is how is the performance of the artist connecting with the audience? Who's keeping the audience's attention?
It's just so cool to watch them. And again, it'd be nice to have a camera, a stationary camera on each painting for the entire round to watch the development. But this one is going to be something else. He's going to bring those lines back out through that, and that is going to become a sort of a mid-tone of the painting.
So we've just entered into the 20-minute space. They have 19 minutes and 40 seconds left. So this is their extra time now elapsed. Yeah,
they've used their extra time, and Adonis has used it very well. He is
absolutely.
He has got it's not finished, but we can definitely see he's got almost every major element of this painting in there.
Oh, and I'm so happy with this teal color as the background. I wanted lilac, but now that I'm seeing it, it really couldn't go any other way. It's just contrasting the warmth of the skin tone so beautifully. Yeah, no,
the teal is a really good choice. And always, he's really into the hair. All of his portraits have just these majestic flowing amount of hair. So that is very cool. Now here we are, back with Jessie, and indeed it does look like she is painting a buffalo and a bison, and there is an animal sitting on the bison's head. So one of Jessie's very playful signature styles is this animal stack sort of thing.
Yeah, so whimsical, and it gives these animal portraits a sense of narrative as well, which I think is often missing from animal paintings, is that sense of story. And so we really get that with Jessie. And I gotta say, I'm loving the way she's executing this with the purple.
Yeah, no, it's she's doing a really great job. We saw a little interview with her between the rounds here. She was interviewed by Art Battle co-founder Simon Plashkis, and he asked if she had a plan for the final round, if she made it, and she said that she absolutely did. So she's practiced these paintings, and she's totally ready for this.
I love just moving over to each artist and getting a view of what has happened in the last 3 minutes since we've seen them last.
Canvas number 1. We've got Ricki Stofsky. Also moving on from round number 1, Marianne Verna is going to be taking the stage. Those are 2 representatives from round number 1. There's some big square canvases here. And out of round number 2, the round you just witnessed. Again, 6 more incredible pieces of art, all that you can go and bid on at auction. Use that for moving on. Position 3. We've got Neysa Millán. And in the 4th and final position, the modern day Bob Ross. going to throw down one more time here for Art Battle Daytona.
And that was just the announcement for the final round artists for this event in Art Battle Daytona Beach. The final artists who have made it forward, qualifying from rounds number 1 and round number 2, are Ricki Stofsky, Marianne Verna, Neysa Millán, and Ryan Houman. And we are so excited to see them paint again. They will be painting in the final round in just a few minutes. Their winning status has just been announced, and they are running backstage to get their palettes ready. And our team at the venue is resetting the stage. And we will be back with the third and final round super shortly. As we wait, we're going to check out just some highlights from the Art Battle National Championship, the Art Battle U.S. National Championship that took place just last weekend. Stay tuned.
4 masterful paintings in front of it, but that's one of the things you have to...
Stunning. I love the little stripes on the raccoon's tail and the
on the raccoon's
mask.
tail, for sure.
And even the little tiny highlight on the raccoon's nose. All of these details have been so considered.
Yeah, for sure. This definitely, I mean, it's so hard to say. All 4 of these paintings are contenders right now. They are going to get, each one of them is going to get lots of votes. It's going to be hard to say which one is going to put it over the edge. Here, one of these paintings is going to be here we go. Gold Leaf from Leaf.
Oh, nice. Look at this application. We were so worried about the bottom of this canvas.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Not sparing it at all.
This is so cool. I bet that the crowd is just loving this too.
Oh, yeah.
And with 2 minutes left on the timer, Leaf has really chosen to engage the audience with this golden surprise.
Absolutely. He's really going for it. I mean, that's a few bucks worth of gold leaf right there.
We are having fun, and Leaf is going to do very well in the auction, I'm sure.
Here we go with the negative space in sort of a green turquoise here. Has popped these figures so much.
I know you guys can't see me, but I'm literally leaning back in my chair with my hand on my head. I love this edition of the blue. It just makes this piece pop even more.
There's so many layers in here.
Stunned.
Really a masterful piece. I mean, this, if you didn't see it created in 30 minutes, you would not believe that it could be created in 30 minutes. It's just a piece equal to a studio. Oh, look at this little addition here.
So
really
nice.
good. I guess you can tell we're really liking this piece right now. It really pops. All 4 of these paintings are contenders. They've just done such an amazing job. It is such an honor to have artists of this caliber at the easel with us.
Oh, and some unexpected last-minute spatter technique as we wind down our last 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah. These paintings are going to do very well at the auction. They are masterpieces.
And these artists are just absolutely pros. What a privilege it has been tonight to see all of these artists working, the best of the best live painters from across the country.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, we can only crown one of them as national champion, and here we go with the countdown.
All right. So we just had the final countdown. We're dealing with a little bit of a technical audio issue from the venue, but nothing to worry about. All we need really are these gorgeous visuals. All of these artists have just done an absolutely incredible job. Now it is down to you guys to go to artbattle.com/vote and help choose the Art Battle U.S. National Champion.
Oh, yeah. Who's it going to be? We have 4 amazing painters. Jesse Baggett, Leif McElwain, Cameron McCool, and Donis Bloodworth have just painted their hearts out here in the final round and left the stage with 4.
Thing from animal paintings is that sense of story. And so we really get that with Jessie. And I gotta say, I'm loving the way she's executing this with the purple.
Yeah, no, it's she's doing a really great job. We saw a little interview with her between the rounds here. She was interviewed by Art Battle co-founder Simon Plashkis, and he asked if she had a plan for the final round, if she made it, and she said that she absolutely did. So she's practiced these paintings, and she's totally ready for this.
I love just moving over to each artist and getting a view of what has happened in the last 3 minutes since we've seen them last.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, Leif is so clean. I mean, it looks a little wild and messy, but as he goes along, he leaves nothing messy. Everything ends up so perfectly clean. It's just a pleasure to see his work.
Yeah, he really just, as you were saying, works down almost. He establishes his larger shapes and then hones from there. And I think that's also a really great battle tactic because you get everything essential established at once, and then you spend the rest of the time just really tightening it up.
Yeah, for sure. But now coming at it from a completely different perspective here is Cameron, who works totally in his own way. You see that he had sketched in the two heads sort of almost in a kiss, and they're nowhere to be found right now. They're under a layer of paint, but sure enough, that is going to come through as the final painting here.
And I love that Cameron has chosen to go so paint forward in this piece. His last piece was really more of a mixed media painting because it was incorporating a lot of dry media. And I think that this tactic is showing the audience that, yeah, I paint too.
Yeah, absolutely. And the audience loves to see that, just the ability to work in many different mediums and many different styles. The audience, they really appreciate that. You can't underestimate that at all.
And the color choices in this piece as well with the strength and hotness of that red.
Yeah, and you know what? He's going to carve out some negative space with white later on. If he works the same way that he worked in the state finals, he's going to bring in some white too to really solidify the shapes, and it's going to turn out great. This piece from Donis is looking really good too.
Donis is such a huge talent for placing highlights so beautifully.
Yeah, he really does. His paintings are very simple, but they capture the light so naturally that even though he's not a hyper-realistic painter, his light is hyper-realistic.
Yes, so totally correct. It's that he's just choosing the planes, and he really understands where light would hit in terms of the curve of the body, the angle of the cheek, and just such a great piece already.
Yeah, 4 very different paintings here going on, and just going to be very difficult to choose a winner. We're going to see a very close vote. I'm not at all sure who's going to come out on top. I don't even know who's going to be the favorite at this time. All 4 are coming through so strongly.
What do you think it feels like to become the U.S. national champion?
Well, after completing 2 paintings in one night against such a high caliber field, it's got to be quite a relief, and it's just got to feel so good too.
Yeah, there's so much of a build-up, not only over the course of the finals, but also in the season in your city that's leading up to the finals, and then you win that, and then you're waiting to go to the national championship, and then you're there, and it's such a huge build-up.
Oh yeah, Just
all coming
imagine
down.
just being able to announce to on all your personal social media that you are the best live painter in America has got to be such a thrill.
So good. So exciting. Oh man, there's only 13 and a half minutes left in the final round of the U.S. National Championship.
Oh yeah, less than half the time left now. All these paintings are pretty clear as to what they're going to become, with the exception, I think, of Cameron's. Definitely going to need every minute to realize his. I think with Leaf and Donis and Jesse, sort of a vision of their final piece is sort of clear right now. They're just refining it.
And we can see in the texture of the canvas that Leaf has done this really interesting pull technique where he's wiped across the canvas, and it's sort of created this directionality that the energy here is so palpable.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Look how feminine this figure is, the way that he's just created the curve of that cheek.
Such a simple drawing, such a simple painting of a hand. Not at all realistic, yet completely effective.
Absolutely. The gesture here is just so soft. You really understand the weight of the hand on this other figure's head. It's just very softly placed there.
Absolutely. And with 12 minutes left, it's only going to get more and more refined. He did a lot of work in the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I really am enjoying the way that this figure is placed from Donis. Donis is never afraid to take on a challenging pose that often will incorporate foreshortening, one of his talents.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And with 11 and a half minutes left, he's so good at the lighting, and he's bringing in some more. You can really see the way that he is showing that the light is coming from the left-hand side in such a subtle yet strong way.
And look how chill he is, too.
Totally relaxed.
Yeah, really relaxed, taking time to consider. I think the stage is a little bit bigger than some of the qualifying stages that these artists have seen so far, so they do have an opportunity to step back.
Absolutely. They do have enough room to work here, especially with there only being 4 easels on there. We have sort of a square column in the middle, so each painter clearly has their own side, and we can see the time ticking away up on the screen there. 10:45 and counting down.
I'm having so much fun with this piece by Jesse, because not only do we have a buffalo with a raccoon on top of it, but now the raccoon has a little bird on top of his head. This is so fun.
I didn't see that until
It's
just
so
now.
Cute.
Yeah, that's extremely creative, and she is able to reach the top of her canvas. Morgan, don't worry. I know you were a little concerned that she wasn't going to be able to reach the top of her canvas, but it seems like she is able to.
Absolutely. And something that Jesse is so talented at is really understanding light source. And we're really getting that those animals are facing towards the sun and fading into shadow there.
Yeah.
Speaking of light and shadow,
this is all light and shadow. This is just a piece of like a negative from an old film camera. It's just so light and dark working together in such a great way. Now he's got just under 10 minutes left, and he's got the whole bottom of the canvas to finish here.
I'm really enjoying the little drip that's coming down underneath the chin in the collar. It's bringing a different energy for me because the rest of the piece is so tight. And we are back for round number 3, the final round of Art Battle in Daytona Beach today. We've got 4 artists, our final artists, Ricki Stofsky, Marianne Verna, Neysa Millán, and Ryan Houman. They are battling a 20-minute clock right now, and blank canvases. They have just begun.
Fantastic! I cannot wait to see what these characters get up to. A hard fought first 2 rounds here, and we are down to 4 artists, and only one will be crowned champion by audience vote.
I'm loving Marianne here. It looks like she's approaching this piece with almost an opposite color palette from her first one, but with similar techniques. I think that's going to harmonize really well with her first round piece and the audience that responded well to it.
Yeah, and you might get a lucky buyer who manages to take them both home.
Yeah, that'd be great. I feel like they're really good companion pieces.
Yes.
And here we are with Ryan. I feel like we're going to get a piece that is quite similar to his first round, just from the indication of the way that he's applying things right now. Square canvas in this round, which can end up being a bit of a challenge compositionally, but these guys are pros, and I'm sure that they are tackling that.
Fantastic. I love it. I mean, it made absolute sense that Ryan made it through. That was a stunning landscape in the previous round. So very interesting to see what comes next. Oh, look at that wind. That windbreaker is absolutely pressed on that kind volunteer who's here holding the painting.
And I think this is Neysa Millán. And it looks like we're getting quite the departure from her qualifying round piece, which was a very peaceful landscape. And I'm seeing now, I feel like this has got to be a puma, or at least some big cat of some kind. Really well executed in the drawing already.
Fantastic. The audience usually loves a big cat. So it's a good contender.
And Ryan doing his kind of signature color application here, going from cool to warm. I expect that we will see some more silhouette work in the foreground from him.
Really nice. He's taking his time. He's got confidence. He knows his palette. There's definitely a plan here, and I'm sure it's going to come through.
I love the washiness in this application from Neysa.
Yeah, really nice. It's such a luxury to be able to have the wind out there giving you like full hair dryer status on all of your work.
That's such a great point. These artists are not so much having to contend with the classic art battle problem of battling wet on wet paint. Although for some artists who prefer to use that blending technique, this might be providing an additional challenge. So an advantage in some ways and possibly a disadvantage in others.
Fantastic. We've got 2 volunteers holding this one down. That's really funny. Oh, 2 lay flat paintings in this round. It's unusual. We see even one, but it's good. And thanks to our camera people for doing a great job here.
Yeah, definitely. Ricki was working flat last time, and I think Marianne was as well. And that just goes to speak to the quality of their work, that the audience decided to vote them forward, probably having had a little bit more of a difficult time to view the actual creation process just because it's laying flat and the audience are at a distance. So it really goes to highlight just how wonderful these pieces are at their point of completion and how well that communicated to the audience.
This is such great. I love the multifaceted approach here. I mean, now we're on a silicone brush and we've had fabric texture. That is an art bag that is packed with supplies.
Uh,
This is a real one to study.
yeah, so much fun watching Ricki work. And Ryan, this just very careful application. You can see that he's really chill. I think he's really relaxed in the way that he's working, which really communicates just so much confidence to the crowd. Because a lot of the time, people viewing art battle, they're not used to seeing live art happening. So there's kind of a mythical quality almost to the artist. And so seeing the artist just being so calm and chill up there, I think really underlines that quality.
Yeah, you really connect with an artist who's feeling chill on the stage. And it's nice to watch.
And here we are with Neysa again. Looks like she's put some beautiful golden eyes into this puma. And has just re-added her kind of drawing back over top of the wash that she had created.
Yes, fantastic. Really, really great technique. Again, one that only works with an outdoor windy art battle.
Yeah.
But really good.
Gotta say, I appreciate these volunteers more and more.
Fantastic. This is going to be a really tough one. Very, very diverse subjects here. Although we have two landscapes, that's going to be a tough mission for the artist whose painting we're on now.
Yeah, Marianne, she is doing, basically it looks like the daytime version of her qualifying round piece.
Yeah, which is great because it's though we saw some other daytime beach landscapes in the first two rounds, we do not see one in this round. So that might be a standout piece.
And her level of execution is just so brilliant. The way that she really achieves that sense of transparency in the water and the way that it crawls up the beach is just prime. It's so good. The chaotic energy that Ricki has going on in this piece is really speaking to me. I love it's such a painter's painting. It feels so gestural, and you can really understand the energy here. And I was actually hanging out on Friday with our art battle, one of our art battle Canada champions, Moses Salihu, and he was displaying works that were very heavily abstracted. And one thing that I was thinking about was that when you buy an abstract piece that is so obvious in some areas of its application, when you're living with that piece, you can't help but envision it being made. And I feel that is a really strong way to connect with the viewer.
Yeah, for sure. I also love the tape. I'm anticipating that clean line that will be revealed at some point in the process.
Yeah, we love a good tape removal here. Just such a careful application from Marianne. It really seems like she's budgeting her time really well. This piece is looking close to completion only at the 9-minute mark. So she's done very well in establishing her piece very quickly. Oh, and we're seeing some stamping here from Ricki. Got a cardboard tube going on. I love the intuitive way that she works.
So much variety in tool use. It's really great. We can all study this and bring something to our own practice.
Cool. That was cool. She's laying a piece of cardboard that has paint on it, and she just karate chopped it on the canvas to create some marks. Oh, and now she's even bringing that onto the sides of the canvas. So pro. And here we are back with Ryan. Looks like we are getting, again, treated to one of his signature trees. And I gotta say, this is a brave application technique, and one that he's very familiar with, obviously. Great execution here. But I would be so nervous to be putting black over top of these beautiful gradients that he's worked so hard to achieve. Definitely a masterful application here. And again, with that confidence. He's also done a great job of having the darkest points of his canvas also interacting with the lightest. So we're really kind of understanding where the sun is in the sunset, and it's directly in between the branches. That's that high point of color. Great opportunity for contrast there.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be a perfect companion piece for the first round. It's hard to know, is the audience going to appreciate that, or is it going to be a bit too similar for them? I mean, it was such a great painting that I have a feeling they're going to be all right with it, but it should be interesting to see.
Yeah, that's always the challenge that these artists face, is do I do something that is like my qualifying round that earned me those votes, that garnered me that audience, or do I do something different? It's total strategy, and different strategies work day to day and audience to audience, really.
Yes.
The blue here that Neysa has just put in, it just really completed this piece. I mean, as far as a 10-minute painting goes, this is so strong. There's such a wonderful energy there, and the execution too. I love seeing the smile on Marianne's face as she's working as well. And looks like she's got her friend and fellow artist Christina is helping her hold her table. I love the sense of camaraderie here among all of these artists.
Yes, it's great. Good teamwork. This is a fantastic piece. Very, very detailed. I'll be interested to see how the actual horizon line evolves. I think in many ways it's sort of the roughest aspect of this, but obviously that we see that a lot where there's kind of a roughed-in horizon, and then the resolution is increased as the artist works through it.
Yeah, great point. It's the resolution of the artworks is something that is incredible to see, because you're seeing the major shapes established, you're seeing the major components executed, and I think that's really a time management strategy. And then as we get through the clock, as the clock ticks down, we see those different elements then being prioritized as they're able to start getting to details.
Yes.
So we've got newsprint and some different colored papers here along this tape line from Ricki. I wonder if we're going to get any color presence into that negative space that's just interacting with the collage pieces right now.
I'm going to go live on Instagram. Let's do a full recap of the artist names and their work.
Okay.
Not just yet. 1 second. Okay, here we go.
We are here in Art Battle Daytona Beach with our final round artists. These artists have painted their way to the top and now are working in the final round. They've got 5 minutes left on the clock. We have Ricki Stofsky, Marianne Verna, Neysa Millán, and right here we are looking at Ryan Houman, who is just executing this stunning, surreal landscape. Ryan refers to himself as the New Age Bob Ross, and Simon and I have definitely agreed with that statement for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Or the surreal Bob Ross. His color choices have been fantastic this battle, and very interesting to see how the audience vibes and who they pick as the winner in this final round.
Yeah, definitely a stunner of an artist, and again has been working so with such good time management in the way that he layers his pieces, the way that he gets to the details as he gets to them, and I feel like it's a real treat for the audience too, seeing him build the piece in this way.
It's a bit of a tortoise in the hare situation. He's been so consistently moving towards this end game for the entire round. And now with only 4 minutes left, we see him still just continuously moving towards that end.
Yeah, with confidence and just like still giving us that chill energy. I appreciate that so much.
Yes, thank you, Alex.
Because I've been up there and I know how intense the last 5 minutes are, and it's a lot, especially when you're hearing from the MC like, oh, 3 minutes remaining. You really get this surge of energy and adrenaline.
Fantastic. Look at this classic Florida seascape. That's a really, really nice piece.
Yeah, absolutely. The color play there is so beautiful. Such thoughtfully chosen colors, very true.
As you can see here, it remains quite windy in Daytona Beach. We have our volunteers holding on to the easels, holding on to the canvases, so nothing gets taken away with the wind. We want these to be paintings that make it to people's homes, not sails that find their way to the new lands.
Yeah, we want painting sails, not painting sales.
Sales. Oh, Morgan, that is absolutely killer. That's
I work
amazing.
hard. Every couple of days I get a really good pun. I'm very proud of it. Okay, 3 minutes left on the clock. I love that Ryan has created this secondary bunch of trees. It really helps harmonize the piece in that we're understanding that this is an environment with some depth. It's not just this single tree.
Yes. And you are invited to vote. We have voting is open now. artbattle.com/vote. You throw in your phone number, you get a special link, you can vote. You can vote in the first 2 rounds as well, although the winners have already been chosen. But you'll have that in, and that will contribute to the artist's long-standing point record. Here we are on the other side of the stage here with a beautiful cat.
This is so well executed. You really you get a sense of the wind in the grass as well, and that this cat has just been like caught.
Yes.
Caught unawares. Just stalking up there.
Yeah, she doesn't look too upset about it. not too worried.
Yeah. About 90 seconds remaining, although I think our timer might be a little bit behind, but rounding in on the last minute.
The last 30 seconds, I just heard our host yell.
Great.
30 seconds remaining. This is a great round, a really nice art battle. This is actually a preview for the art battle that's coming up on May the 6th.
Again in Daytona Beach.
Again in Daytona Beach, yeah. Excuse me. Thank you. 2, 1. All right, brushes down. Well, audience, now it's your opportunity to vote and help us choose the winner and who will go on in this competition. This is actually one of the first regular season events for the new season. We just had the 2022 U.S. National Championships, and now we are off in the new season and working towards the 2023 U.S. National Championships as well as the World Championships. So this is just the beginning. The artists who go on here will go on to the finals. For Daytona Beach, they will go on to the Florida State Finals. Those winners to the National Championships. And at each point, we see more skill, more talent, more strategy to take home the cup.
So exciting. Really the sportification of art in some ways. It's such a wonderful opportunity for artists to engage with audiences in a completely different way, and really you almost get like your favorite arts, like sports stars, as if they're athletes, these art athletes. And I gotta tell you, it is very physical, painting and art battles. They are art athletes.
Very physical. All right. Well, I think we will. So for those of you who are going to want to catch the winner's announcement, we're going to be announcing the winner by text message. So make sure you either check on social media or go to artbattle.com/vote and put in your phone number, and we will announce the winner and share the winner for you there as soon as we have it. You will see soon who will be the champion of this art battle in Daytona Beach.
And thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again soon.
See you again soon. Keep painting.